Hi. Back. I said set the other phone up. The last one. Do you ever think that you're the problem? Yeah. Of course I have. Have I? I am right now. No. That's another thing. I can't see negativity anymore. I'm kind of blind to it. Not blind to it, but I can't recognize it. I've been training my brain so hard to not be able to look at negative as positive that I think I might actually be blind to it. I just heard. Actually, you know what's funny? I just heard Tom Bilyeu in my head. You tell me I got another hour of this bullshit? 1 hour and 4 minutes. Because I'm so hungry. So dude, that's what I mean. Where's that stuff coming from? I mean, I know where it's coming from. I believe I know where it's coming from. But why would I think I'm right? Well, that's a good question. The reason I would think I was right is because I'm the only person living my life. And there comes a point in life where you gotta go, like, how many times does a coincidence have to happen before it's not a coincidence anymore? And then, that's so annoying. I heard that. Why does he keep doing that? Because it's fucking McDonald's. Why didn't you get a drink, dummy? Because it's in my pocket. I gotta throw out the garbage first. Another asshole who's got an answer for everything. It's not a bad thing. That's the second. It's not the first time I heard someone in or outside of my head designating that as a bad thing. I'm gonna leave that right there. I don't feel like carrying it around, and I want to see if I forget it. I'm gonna set the intention that I remember it before we walk by. Aliens, yeah, of course. The Earth's an alien. Mars is an alien, the sun's an alien, the moon's an alien. All the things that fly around in space, all the UFOs flying around space. And you know what's fucked up is like, I remember when there was like some giant like cigar-shaped fucking asteroid that flew around the sun. And there were reports that it had organic matter on it. But the most complex form of UFO that people could think of is a flying saucer. Could you say that one more time? A flying saucer. A flying saucer. Like sausage. Like snarsage. Like that was actually a UFO. It's an unidentified flying object. Just because we identified it as a fucking giant rock with organic material growing on it, doesn't mean that's like, that doesn't mean it's a valid qualification for that which does not fall within the realm of a UFO, an unidentified flying object. It's still unidentified. Just taking a fucking guess. Who the fuck went on that bitch and saw that it was definitely rocks? How do you know that rocks, that what you're thinking of as rocks is not some advanced alloy that we just don't understand? It's a rock. I don't fucking know, man. It's a giant fucking rock. All right, well, maybe we should follow it. It's impossible. Nothing's impossible. The only thing impossible is what you think is impossible. And who's to say that there's not people already working on technology to do exactly that? I think that's like one of the things I just don't like about being a civilian. It's like you're trapped in this matrix of like just small thinking. And it's like there's so many bigger thoughts out there. Like who's having the thoughts? I know people like my boy Alon, like that dude's having big thoughts. That dude's going fucking wild, buck wild. That guy, I bet he's got the best fucking life ever. It's probably just like the perfect balance of stress and stress relief. I gotta know, I wish I knew what that dude did for stress relief. Because I love stress. That his job seems so stressful. Like he's got a lot to live up to. Like I gotta imagine that's gotta weigh on that dude big time. I have to imagine like he's got a lot weighing on his heart. Not saying he's a bad guy, but no, I mean I'm not saying he's a bad guy. No one's ever completely good or evil. I don't believe. I think it's all a show. Yeah. No. Authenticity is not.
Yo, sir, have you heard the phone ringing?
Say what?
15 minutes ago, I was riding this way. I dropped my phone.
What'd you say?
Like 15 minutes ago, I was riding this way. I dropped my phone. Have you heard one ringing?
Oh no, I haven't.
All right, it's a Halloween themed ringtone.
Okay.
All right.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. Thank you.
No doubt, man. What does it look like?
It's a black Android, piece of shit.
Black Android piece of shit.
Yeah, it's all cracked.
Okay.
But it's my lifeline, you know.
Got you. I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you want me to leave it somewhere just in case I find it?
Just call Fiji on there if you find it.
Call what?
Just call Fiji, the contact.
Got you.
Thank you.
No doubt, man. No password or nothing?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, we're on a mission. I thought that guy was gonna kill me. It's like, ah, fuck. Here we go. Do you know what's real life? You ever play Grand Theft Auto? Ever play Grand Theft Auto 5? With the random encounters? Like, well, my life is fucking full of those. Those are so weird. It's amazing to see how random encounters... Oh, wow. Was she just a random encounter? It's possible. Nothing. I'm not saying nothing surprises me. I just... Ugh. Eureka moment. I wonder what that means. That could mean a lot of things. I still gotta do that review. I'm waiting until Friday though, and I know it's fucking... I don't know, but yesterday I had this thought. The girl that I did the higher self session with. I felt her in my head yesterday, all pissed off because I haven't given her a review yet. I told her I would write a review, but I wanted to give it time because we did it on the third quarter moon in Aquarius last week, and there was a reason for that because I work with moon cycles. It's a form of moon magic, and mind you, magic. I've said it before. I feel like this is a thing that kind of goes over people's heads. Is that what? Is that it's there? It's a thing. Magic is a thing. It's just magic is a science that just hasn't been systematized yet. Any magic that's been systematized is a science. Any science that has not been systematized is magic. This is just weird science. W-Y-R-D, not W-E-I or W-I-E-R-D. Although weird did come from weird. Weird's a Germanic word. It means fate, destiny. And over time it just evolved into that which does not fit into the status quo. Weird's the new normal. Weird's the new normal, and normal's the new weird. See, in the old times, weird people were the people that were following their fate, their destiny, their divine path. The way is what Jesus called it. The Jews call it Derek, by the way. That's why I get bugged out when it's like, do I gotta lose Derek? I love that name. Because Derek literally means the way, the truth, and the life. It's like, why would I want to give that up? My father told me when I was a kid, your special numbers are 888 because of your birthday. Mind you, my birthday is August 18, 1980, but he's like, those 3 8s, when you take away the other numbers, you have 3 8s. That's really special. And then when I got my DNA done, I got a DNA test done last year. Because I knew I was Italian. That wasn't in question. My family literally comes from there. So I just wanted to see what else was in there because just out of curiosity, due to the fact that this path that I've found myself on and all of the fucked up synchronicities, I hate calling them fucked up, the synchronistic facts about my life that I found out just on my own, just doing my own research. It's all based on my own conjecture, but seeing how things have played out, seeing how I feel drawn to certain things, it's just like, all right, there's more to this story than I'm being told. what the fuck is really going on? And so I had the test done. Plus I was reading a book on using tarot to become more in touch with your ancestors. Now mind, that was already work I was doing, but I did notice that as soon as I started that work, things just started to click into place, and I was just like, oh, okay. It wants me to learn some things. But what was interesting was like when I got the DNA test back, it gave me all the percentages of my ancestry, and 88.8% Italian. Of course, because why wouldn't I be? There's some German mixed there, Kenyan, somewhere in the Middle East, I forget. Punjabi. It was funny because I knew some dude named Punjab when I was younger. Japanese, Colombian. That I was surprised by that. You know, I could feel the poppy inside of me, so I'm not really. I'm not too confused by that. I mean, granted, that was like 0.002%, but it still counts. 0.002% is closer to 100% than fucking zero. Zero is just a placeholder. It's a portal that goes into the negative dimension. There's an infinite number. There's an infinite range of numbers between what do you call it? 1 and 0. So technically, 0 doesn't really even exist. I mean, not in this dimension, at least. It's more of a portal. The 0 is closer to the golden ratio than anything else. Like I said, it's a portal that goes to the negative dimension. Because numbers, that's a whole other thing. Like, people just don't grasp numbers either. Like, numbers aren't just numeric quantities. They have a energy frequency to them, that's a consciousness to them that makes them into something completely different than what arithmetic teaches us that they are. I mean, look at Hebrew. That in itself, it's an alphanumeric fucking alphabet. Huh? What? How does that work? Yeah, and then there's the symbolic aspect to it too. The symbols behind the symbols. How this thing means an arm, that thing means a cross. This thing is an ox, a sign that doesn't make any sound. What do you mean there's a letter that doesn't make sound? It's just kind of for emphasis. What? Who the fuck made these rules? Oh, some ancient Jews. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's kind of important to know. To go like, what? Do you know there's a whole science behind Hebrew? It's a Hebrew science called Kabbalah. Like, what? It's a science that's older than science. Now, not gonna look at that and go, huh? What? How'd that work? Where do they get all this shit from?
Yo, dude. I got it.
You found it?
Yeah, no, the screen's all smashed, but I got it.
That's all right.
It's still ring. I got a backup at home.
All right, cool, man.
It's the SIM card I was worried about, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. No doubt. Hey. It's a happy ending. And now imagine if I would have went home or wasn't doing this tonight. Why did the universe, why did that have to happen? So I can finally have one of those experiences on fucking camera? And it's not going to mean anything to anybody, but I don't know. There was just something special about that. I don't know. Just something kind of gave me goose chills. Goosebumps. It's just like, what? And yeah, I know it's because I'm high that it's even weirder, but but at the same time, that's not normal. That's not weird at all. That's actually normal. That's normal. That's normal. There's another one, but I don't think this one's gonna talk to me. Oh man. I get bugged out when I see people on the fucking walk trail, on the bike trail at night. Sometimes I think I'm gonna get jumped out here. Ugh. It's a lot more subdued than he was in the previous videos. I know, I'm getting a lot of shit out. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of getting... I was thinking about it this morning. It's like, what happens when I run out of things to say? Am I ever going to run out of things to say? Or is that... I mean, granted. Jesus Christ, man. You've been pumping out from 4 to 6 hours? Is that right? No. Let's say about 3 hours every single day for the past week. I mean, I have to imagine eventually I'm going to need a break from this, because this channel's been up for a while, but I haven't gotten a spurt like this in a long time. Where it's like, I have to just fucking keep on pumping this shit out. And I was thinking about it today, a little earlier. Well, even when I was watching, listening to The Secrets of Shambhala, it hit me that right now I'm just clearing out space. I'm clearing out some massive fucking space, apparently. Because I believe something's about to come crashing into my world that I'm not expecting, that is going to require me to get all of this out of me now. This way I can focus on what it is I need to focus on, because the storyline that's playing in my head is that what's coming is going to be like so much that getting this out now, I'm going to look back and go, thank God I fucking did that. Thank you, Mr. Toxic, and thank you, Mr. Demon, because I'm not saying this is more than what I can handle, because I don't believe that that's such a thing, but it's going to be like a whole different kind of job that I'm not used to. And I'm going to have to like figure out how to like adapt to specific situations that are like completely alien to me. Well, not completely alien to me, but alien enough where I'm going to have to really be able to think on my feet and go, okay, I got to do this right now. I got to do that right there. And it's going to be exciting. Like, I'm going to like it. Actually, I'm going to fucking love it. It's going to be like the best thing ever. And people are going to go, like, why? How is that even enjoyable? I just fucking love it. It's the best. What is it? Well, I mean, full disclosure, like, I feel like I'm going to be taking care of somebody that I feel like I'm going to be taking care of somebody that's about to go through everything that I went through, but they're not going to be able to handle it on their own because of the burden that comes along with it. Because this isn't easy. Once you get past a certain level, it's just like, one, there's no going back. Like, once you're on this path, well, once you recognize that you're on it, it's like, I mean, you hear all these people. I've been seeing a lot of people coming up lately that are like talking about being the chosen one. And what that's telling me is that there's a lot of people that are like in this place and they don't know they're not going to know what to do at some point, because the darkness is not something that you can just fight forever. Like, it comes for you. And a lot of these chosen ones, they are all on this kick. I mean, this is all throughout the spiritual community as well, but this new batch of chosen ones that are popping up, and I'm not saying they're not, they are. That's the thing. They're the ones that are chosen to have to go through the shit that they don't want to go through. They're the next round. Which is why I had to go through everything I went through so I could see all the things that I can see, so that once people start waking that up, I'm already there, because this shit's already going to be up. And when people start looking for it, because what you got to understand is, like, answers come to those who are looking for it. People aren't looking for this shit just yet. So you're looking at this in the future, which is, well, you're looking at it from the present. But I'm still here in the past. But you got to understand that your present is also my future. So depending on when you're watching this, like, and granted, mind you, we're only at 26 minutes, so there's another 40 minutes of this. Then I got to go home and upload it, and this is the second one I upload, so this is probably isn't going to be uploaded until about like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So even by then, because when I go home, I'm not going to be just fucking sitting staring at a wall or putting on TV. I don't have a TV. I'm going to be writing, or I'm going to be working with a new entity, because I have a fucking Egyptian god oracle deck that I'm going through, so that I can familiarize myself with the conscious wavelengths of Egyptian gods, which is something totally fucking new to me, because I've only worked with 4 of them so far, and they're alien. But they also explain so much, like, and the whole idea of, like, me opening up the anima this last week, thanks to a girl named Amina. Amina is the animus if you look at her in the mirror. Jeez. But then, like, maybe a week before, I had met this new Egyptian goddess named Meteseger. And she's a serpent with a female head, and I'm trying to, like, understand her when it just dawns on me that Meteseger, the goddess, the conscious frequency, the intelligent conscious frequency of Meteseger is the feminine component of the reptilian consciousness. But not just in reptiles, but in people, in humans, because we have reptilian brains. Well, they just call it that. They call it that for a reason. But you also have reptilian DNA in your system. We're not just mammals. What makes us unique isn't the fact that we can fucking think. The thing that makes us unique is that we're both reptilian and mammalian at the same exact time. We're we're crossbreed between the two. I don't know if mammals have reptilian brains. I can't say that for a fact, but for one reason or another, we have both, plus we have a human brain. So we have 3 different fucking brains that are going on. Where the fuck did that one come from? I didn't put it there. It depends on how you want to look at it. If my theory is correct, then yeah, I totally put it there. You're welcome. You can thank me for all of the greatest things ever, including the worst. I take ownership. I take full ownership on all the bad stuff, too. It's my fault. I made Hitler do it. Sorry. But then there was this book I was reading. Now we're actually going to get weird. The new normal kind of weird. I was reading this book on the reptilian empire and the Nazi werewolf kings that interbred with them. Now, mind you, look at it how you want. this is how I see it. A portrayal of the divine feminine and the masculine, because I see this is just my own conjecture, so take it for what you will, but I see women as more reptilian and men as more mammalian. I'm not saying all women are reptiles, but because they do have mammal brains in them too, but I don't know, something just tells me that their reptilian brain is probably a little more active than a man. Because, I mean, gender equality, all that shit, like, aside, like, there are actual biological differences between human men and human women. Like, they're not the same thing at all. They're only the same because they look the same. That's it. But each one of them is that they're operating they're polarized at two different frequencies. It's like positive, negative, and negative, positive. Like, come on. They have a vagina. We have a penis. That actually makes us a lot different. Their bone structure is different. Our bone structure is different from their bone structure. Like, there's just too many differences to go like, oh yeah, they're the same species. No, they're two different species. Two variations of the same species. Put it like that. How about that? Two variants. That just happen to work perfectly together. Like, it just... But there's this whole thing with this, I need to be single for the rest of my life. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. Maybe in human society, but human society is made up. Like, it's made up, but it's made up for a reason. I think it's made up so that you can break free of it. You can at least experience it and go, so that's how they live on the other side of the fence. All right. All right, we tried it their way. Let's see if we can try it my way. Because that's a whole other thing all in itself is... Like, you do things the human way. Like, there's people that succeed at doing it the human way, but they know things that other people don't. Like, all of these, like, business people, all this shit. Like, why is nobody talking about, like, entities? You're not supposed to give legal advice? I mean, I don't know. Is that the thing? Like, I don't need ideas on how to make money. I know what I'm going to make money doing, but I just need ideas on, like, how does it work? Like, how do I make it, how do I get the most out of my entity, you know? That's what I want to know. Everything else just seems kind of predatory. Especially all these, like, online courses that are popping up. And I'm not saying they're not without value. Because they do have value, but the value in it is so deep that I found that there's times where I'm doing something, I'm like, what? Who's actually getting anything out of this? Like, how is this making sense to anybody? But at the same time, it's like what you're meant to see is gonna find you. What you're seeking is seeking you too. So, I mean, like, that's a part of it. That's a part of the human thing where it's like, it's too good to be true. But at the same time, I don't think it's a bad thing to think that way. Doubt's a good thing. I mean, doubt's what usually leads to assuredness. I mean, you can't be sure about something if you don't doubt it first, right? Because if you spend your whole life just, like, kissing your own ass, and you get stuck in that fixed mindset of, like, no, I can't ever do any wrong. I mean, yeah, I know I say that shit, and I believe it, but you got to do something. You got to do something wrong before you can recognize why it was the right thing to do in the first place. You can't just, and you have to question it. It's not about like just blindly following. I mean, sometimes blind faith is required. I know when in terms of like money magic, working with the spirit of money, like you have to have you got to put blind faith in it. That's the only way it's going to trust you. You have to like completely ignore the money whatsoever and just stop even thinking about it. Not stop thinking about it. Thank you, money. Oh, I got the money. But you have to like fucking just trust it. Not even just trust it. Have faith in it to always be there exactly when you need it to do what you need to do. And if you don't have it, it's because you think you need it too much. Like, you can't be afraid to spend it. Well, I mean, you can't be afraid to invest it. You can't be afraid to lose it. You can't be worried about saving it. What the fuck are you saving money from? Why don't we go out? Now I gotta save money. What are you saving it from? Money's saving you. Like, trust me, money is good. It's not the one panicking about paying its bills. Money's the one like, oh, I gotta go with this asshole again. This motherfucker ever have fun? Oh my god, how fucking dreadful. Why am I coming to this person? They don't even appreciate me. Is he speaking for money? Yeah, someone has to speak for money. Somebody has to speak for the unspoken. The ones that can't speak, like Bob and Anna Hone. Hey guys, how you doing? Your bench looks beautiful. Or Dr. Roy, or Mary, or Hugh. Who's talking for them? Or listen to them for that matter. You know how much time I spent on these fucking benches chatting it up with those guys? I'm very appreciative of it. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for enjoying that McDonald's with us, Mary. I didn't acknowledge you before, but you look beautiful. See, just even that little thing goes really far. When the spirits of the dead come to you to actually like have a conversation, it's like, you're not there, you're fake. What? If I was fake, I wouldn't be here, you jerk off. It's like Grandpa Dale. Yeah, money talks, but nobody listens. That's. Here's a fun experiment. This is an experiment that I learned from my witch teacher. Be magic. Go give her your money. Let money tell you what it wants you to spend it on. Let money speak to you. Because it knows better of what you need than you do, because you're just a fucking human. You're just a tool for money. Money's not a tool for you. You are a tool for money. I'm a tool for money. We're all tools for money. Money's always telling us what to do. And we either listen to it or we don't listen to it. Try listening to it. Stop fighting it. It wants you to buy drugs? Go buy drugs. Maybe it's maybe that's because your time's up, bud. I don't fucking know. Money's the tool of mammon. Yeah, but everybody fucking wants to suck mammon's dick, apparently. Even God. That's why I don't even feel right going to church anymore, because it's like, money is the God that God worships. Like, what? Why isn't God funding his own temple? Huh, I wonder. Maybe it's like Jesus said. It's like, don't listen. The temple's within. Don't be listening to these motherfuckers out here. The people out here who are trying to show you the way. It even says it in the book. It's just, why? Why is this? Why is this? Why hasn't science figured out that money has a mind? I don't know. Ask science. Maybe because they're not looking for it. You can't find what you're not looking for. And that, my mind's going back to that atheist group where it's like, where's the evidence? Where's it? Go fucking find it. What are you waiting for? Like, just because you're too fucking lazy to get off your ass and actually go do the hard work doesn't mean that it's not there. And it doesn't give you a fucking pass to shit on people because they don't think like you. I'm a critical thinker. You're shitting on people. That's not critical thinking. Critical thinking is saying, I'm wrong. Let me go find the right answer. Even if you know that you're right. It's like, you have to think the exact opposite way that you think. That's critical thinking. Critical thinking is not like memorizing facts and data that somebody else put together and then just spewing it out like it's fucking fact. I mean, sure, quote somebody from here and there, but all you're doing is you're fucking just repeating antiquated science. I've still yet to see someone show me convincing evidence that the Earth goes around the sun. There's so many experiments. How many did you do? I don't need to do them. Why? Then how do you know? Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen the motherfucker go around? No? Then why am I wrong? Why am I uneducated? Why am I ignorant? Why am I stupid? Like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck is with people, man? Oops. Sorry, dog. I mean, that's why I don't even fucking feel bad for people. Their situations, none of it. It's like there's nothing to feel bad for. Like, people literally got what they asked for. And I don't know, maybe it's just, this is just the way it is. Maybe I woke up in the wrong place. Isn't that what people say? It's like, I woke up in the wrong fucking, I'm in the wrong time. I'm in the wrong fucking part of the world. What if you're not? What if I'm not? What if this is exactly where I'm supposed to be? So I could just suffer and just luxuriate in the suffering. Just drink it in and bathe in it, soak in it. Just soak in my own nightmare until I fucking love it. I love it like I love oxygen. I need this like I need oxygen. I thought I needed sex like I needed oxygen. No. No, I need to be in zombie land like I need oxygen. And this is just my perception, because it's like, I believe that if I was able to hold a conversation, like a real conversation with people, I'd be doing it. But the only way I can do it is if I'm talking into my camera, or if and this is just because I'm following an intuitive nudge to include people on this, because it's telling me that this is actually good for my business. Meanwhile, I'm taking a shit on everybody, telling people to hit the dislike button and don't subscribe. And don't tell your friends about this. This is like the dumbest thing ever. And if you're going to tell them about it, just laugh. And tell me how dumb I am. Like that's the reason I'm doing this, is to like make a complete and utter fool out of myself, so that because I watched a video on the Antichrist, who I've been looking up to since I was a kid. And the video said that it made perfect sense to me. The more that people don't believe in the power of Satan, the more that he shall grow. And it's like, yeah, I get that. That makes so much sense. Especially when you're someone like me, and you don't require external validation. It's nice. I mean, you go fishing for it. Because otherwise life just gets a little bit boring. It's like, all right, I got to do something. But that's the other thing is like there's this desire to create and to do things and to, like for me personally, writing out my feelings and talking like this is amazing. I love doing this. This is where the money's coming from. Because it's money telling me to do this too. Money's backing me up. Money's like, who gives a fuck? Get DoorDash again. I don't give a fuck. You got $400 left in your bank account? Fuck it. Just fucking trust me. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're good. You're good. You're not even gonna notice. It's gonna be like the money was there the whole time. All right. I mean, what the fuck else do you want me to do? Well, you can panic about and shit your pants and go, oh, I'm gonna go get a job now. No, that's why we burnt the bridge with Uncle Hugo, is so that we can be unhireable. Because I don't want to be hired by anybody because I'm too good to be working for anybody else. I'm too good to be putting all of my energy into fucking someone else's dream. No, so we focus on mine. But how is that serving humanity if you're only serving yourself? I'm serving myself. I'm serving myself with the intention of serving people who think like me, just like everybody else. And, hey, listen, if it just happens to be that I'm the only person like me, oh, okay. Now, mind you, I know that's not true because I met someone like me last week. I actually met someone who was exactly like me last week. 2 people exactly like me. Not exactly like me, but they've definitely filled in some gaps to make me go, oh, hello. Okay. Not only am I not the only one, but I'm also not the only one I don't mind looking at. Because I'm a man. And we work off of visual stimulation. But I'm also one that has superpowers. Because I may currently be fully integrating the feminine half of my mind, bringing it completely online. This way it's always there. I mean, it's always there to begin with, but exploring it to see what the boundaries of it are. But now, if we are considering this from a Kabbalistic perspective, the feminine aspect of the mind is going to be the dark half, because I've been living in the masculine all my entire life, so that's light. Unless it's the other way around. Maybe the darkness is switching roles, and instead of the limitless light exploring the limitless dark, maybe now I've just gotten to a point where now the limitless dark is exploring the limitless light. Which is possible. That actually makes a lot of sense. No, that makes so much sense. But that's to imply that the darkness has intelligence. Yeah, that's exactly what... Just because the light has intelligence doesn't mean that the dark doesn't. They share it. They share the intelligence between the two of them. So they both have it at the same time. It's just intelligence isn't a static thing. Like, being that it's flavored with light and flavored with dark, the two, they think in complete opposites of each other. Kind of like they contradict each other. They're like the perfect contradiction. It's like ebony and ivory. They come together in perfect harmony. You're my amigo Negro. That's an old Saturday Night Live skit. I can't take credit for that. It was Joe Piscopo and Eddie Murphy. It was really funny. But that's basically it. Like some of us actually feed on emotions. They say men are more logical, women are more emotional. Yeah, I guess. Either that or men don't really like dabble with their emotions too much. Because I think that like, I'm a very emotional person. I'm very sensitive. I cry a lot. I feel a lot too. I keep on hearing shit about like opening my heart chakra. But I don't know, that motherfucker's been cracked open like a fucking egg. Fried over. I mean, it's been cracked open a couple times. In good and bad ways. I love sharing myself. But maybe, and well, I guess this is the thing, and this makes sense because this is coming to my mind now. Is I'm used to being in love with myself. I'm not used to being in love with somebody else. I don't even know what that looks like. I mean, I have an idea. I mean, I didn't love my wife the way that I wanted to. So I can't even say that I really even showed her love because I didn't. I didn't show it to myself until recently. I mean, it's always been there. But what you're watching right now, this wasn't always the way. This is just something really new over the past like year, maybe. But I mean, it took a lot of work to get to this point. I don't suck my own dick for no reason. I don't just do it because it feels good. I do it because it feels good and because I deserve it. But you gotta also understand, like, I think I'm the baddest motherfucker around. Like I went 15 rounds with Mike Tyson. That's a reference to the Mike Tyson motivational, like, get your shit together. This is how you get your shit together. This is how you think like Mike. And what was so fucking awesome about it, I mean, it was called 12 rounds with Mike Tyson. There was 3 bonus rounds. But the cool thing about it was, like, getting to see who that guy was, seeing who that man is. It's just like, what? You mean I think just like Mike Tyson? This is amazing. Not just like, because I did learn some things. It gave me some ideas, and I'm like, oh, fuck. That's a great idea. Like, I was kind of already doing it, but he kind of painted the picture a little bit better. It gave me, like, a different angle on this one thing that I was already, like, keeping in my head. So, but to see that, to go, like, oh, fuck, bro. Me and Mike Tyson are like brothers. That's amazing. Hi, little angel. But Mike Tyson, I love what he says, because I again, like, I'm the same exact way. Think bigger than what you are. Hell yeah, dude. I don't use those words. I say, reach for the stars, but don't be pissed off when you grab dirt. Like even my my witch teacher, she just posted this Instagram video last week. It's like, why do men sometimes feel the witch wound? And she gave me when I first took her courses, like, one of the first things we did was explore the witch wound. And, like, fuck, man, that shit hurts. Because I get it. Like, I feel it. The masculine side of it. I mean, not seeing your kid in 5 years, having a divorce, like, that's, like, That's like, fuck, I fucked up. Or there's a part of me that thinks that way. I mean, there's also the part of me that sees the reasoning behind it and why it needed to happen exactly the way that it did. I mean, when you look at your life in reverse, then things start making sense. So that's something I've been doing for a while. But there's still that component of me that still looks backwards and like feels like a bad man, like a failure, a useless failure. And when she had put it the way that she had, and I'm not saying she wasn't entirely right, but she was definitely not wrong. There's more to it, but I think that there's more to it because she can only see what she can see. She can't see what she can't see. It's like a man really can't see through a woman's eyes. Like, a man can't be a woman. I'm sorry. I mean, you can call yourself one, but that doesn't actually make you one. Because they're just wired differently. Not that they wire differently, but they also see life and experience things that make them into what they are. Just like with men. Like men they experience and go through things that are unique to a man. That's why a woman can't be a man either. I mean, at all. Like it's kind of disrespectful, I think, to even say that. Like, oh, I'm a woman. No, you're not. You're not, because you wouldn't even know where to begin to understand what that's like. I mean, I guess that's not entirely true. I mean, I think that's why we have the masculine and feminine minds. This way you can kind of empathize a little bit with what the other person's going through. I mean, working with the moon cycles, like I was saying before, like moon magic, like working with the moon cycles and seeing how those affect my emotional state, like that's a big thing. To kind of see how that works. To at least be consciously aware of biological cycles that are impacted by celestial events. And what even turned me on to that was like working with witches. It's like, that's where I learned how about the menstrual cycles and the moon cycles, how they're linked, how they can be linked. If there's conscious awareness put into the synchronization of those two unique cycles of nature. But then but that's what gave me the idea that, okay, well, if it's happening there, then it's probably happening with me too. And considering that I have been working on understanding these cycles for the past several years, and now I actually have a fucking a reason to really dig into it deeper, all right, maybe there's something to this. So I think that from where I'm at, like, I'm not like regular people anymore. So it's not possible for me to do regular people things. Regular, what's regular? Regular is like the new weird. In the sense that we define the new weird as normal is the new weird, and weird is the new normal. WYRD is the new normal. But what we'll look at it from the antiquated perspective. What's normal? Normal status quo. That's normal. I mean, every level of society has its normal, has its own version of status quo. But I think that's part of the point of elevating through societal hierarchies as well, is because once you kind of can see what the status quo is, then you can differentiate yourself from it. But you have to like become one with it first, so that you can integrate what's useful to you, and then start to repel what's not useful for your own personal growth. Because not everything's gonna go. Like, what's good for me isn't good for you, but not everything good for you is gonna be all bad for me, you know what I mean? So, like, you gotta work with those intricate details, those little kind of like soul fragments, frequency fragments. And when you can do that, I mean, then it's all like fucking cakewalk from there, I guess. Basically. But I guess, I mean, kind of taking that back to, anything ever a fucking cakewalk? I guess you take that back to the whole idea of like elevating through societal status layers too, societal levels, hierarchy. Because there's going to be different criteria for how to, I'm not going to say behave, but just how to interact with the world around you. Like, I feel like at a certain level, like, letting out that fucking monster side is actually, like, good. Because you have to. I mean, I'm used to, like, not putting it on other people because I don't believe that other people deserve that. I mean, there's times I want to. And I guess it really depends on the situation. Like, if it's like a corporate type of thing, yeah, you could yell at a corporate person like they're a fucking plant in the corner. You can break them down because they don't have any feelings to begin with. They're trained to be that way, to be like cold-blooded, like reptilian vampires who suck off the life energy of the people that work underneath them. That's normal. And you can't blame the person. It's just that's their dharma. That's their life path. Not everybody's supposed to find a soul. I mean, that's what pisses me off. I gotta be woke. What are we gonna do with all these people that are still asleep? What the fuck are you talking about? You're the one who's fucking. I'd bet you those people are more awake than you fucking realize. And I got a feeling that they probably know a lot more than you fucking do. So. But at the same time, I mean, big respect begets respect. So people who shit on people who aren't as woke as them, they're not wrong. Because there's at least a portion of human society that evolved from simians and some kind of simian race. And something about monkeys, they love throwing shit at each other, so. That's not too unsurprising that people would do that. And if someone throws shit at you, why would it be wrong for you to throw shit back at them? Why should you eat someone else's shit? I don't know. Why would you want to eat someone else's shit? So that you can at least see what they're eating. Because maybe they got something good in their diet that would be good for you too. Jesus. I mean, you can eat Jesus too. I mean, there's the vampire cult of Christianity. The people, the people, all they do is they just emulate their God. The Christian God is a fucking vampire who feeds off of the fucking negative, dark, grimy, cringy emotions of his flock. He taught them how to eat his son, drink his blood, and eat his flesh. It's a cannibal cult. Eating the divine flesh and drinking of the divine blood. Fuck. So dark, man. Whoa. That's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty cool. And I realize I'm the unifying factor with all those religions too, because I don't. Religious entities? Hi guys. I'm the one who's gonna bring all of the religions together. Because I'm the only one who can do it, because I'm the only one who can see it all. Everybody is so like fucking. They don't even have a fixed mindset. They got a cement mindset. I think I have the most open mind of all the minds. Fucking hell. It's alright. That's not a bad thing though. TOK, well, $TOKSIK 66. That's the Cash App. You could just throw in whatever. You could throw in whatever. There's no price tag. This is priceless stuff. So who am I to put a price tag on it? So that's why I feel that it's up to the observer, the student, to decide what the correct amount of tuition is. You know what I mean? It's not fair for me to say, oh, you gotta pay this, you gotta pay that, because you might not get shit out of it. I'm not teaching you anything, I'm just talking about myself, which in itself is a lesson if you can actually read between the lines. There's really a lot to learn, because I'm learning a lot. I've been going on for a fucking hour and a half. If I had more goddamn space on this fucker, I'd go even longer. I did learn some time ago that I need at least 1,000 followers before I could do lives on my phone. Because that would be great, because I wouldn't even stop. I have this motherfucker out all goddamn day. Because this is almost like an alternative to writing in my journals. Even though I don't know if I would want to stop doing that. I don't know. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's what's happening. Is I'm transitioning from handwriting journals to fucking just recording myself. Because it's like I already know what the outcome's gonna be. And plus, I have at least an archive of my evolution, which might come in handy if I ever find myself de-evolving. I'd recommend watching them backwards. That's what I would do. I think they make more sense backwards. That's what I've learned before reading my journals is my journals make so much more sense when I read them in reverse, as in like Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. I mean, I don't do it like that. I do it by moon cycle. Scorpio full moon, Scorpio first quarter or third quarter moon, Scorpio new moon, Scorpio first quarter moon. If you notice, I did the lunar phases in reverse, and what's really cool is that there's 12 lunar cycles a year. There's one lunar cycle per sign in the zodiac. It's like it's clockwork. It's literal like universal clockwork. The geocentric system was a calendar. Was another kind of calendar, and that still has practical application to it, which is what's really cool. Because people shit on it. People shit on astrology. People shit on fucking geocentric astronomy. But when you combine the two of them, you actually have the most complex and simple calendar system. And when you take away the Gregorian calendar, and instead of going like August 18th to August 18, 2022 to August 18, 2021, like as timestamps, no, it's try going Leo new moon to Leo new moon to Leo new moon, and then see the correlation between those timelines, those timestamps, because that paints a completely different fucking picture. And then when you go for the whole lunar cycle, because yeah, there's 28 to 30 days in a lunar cycle, but the four main cardinal points, as of right this second, are the full moons, the quarter moons, and the new moons. So when you line those up, and you build like a corkscrew timeline, and mind you, there's only one of those phases per year, but 12 phases, 12 lunar cycles per year. One full lunar phase cycle per sign. There's 12 signs, months, seasons, subseasons. But when you really take the time to break it down, in every 3 months, there's one of the 4 cardinal phases in the same sign. So on Friday, there's going to be a full moon or a new moon in Taurus. In approximately 3 lunar months, there's going to be a 3rd quarter moon in Taurus. And then 3 months later, there's going to be a full moon in Taurus. And then 3 months later, there's going to be a 1st quarter moon in Taurus. Now, if you notice, those year cycles go backwards. Why is that? I don't know. It's so that if someone is keeping a moon journal and they decide to go to read backward, to read them per signs, per cycle per sign, it's like a tire that looks like it's spinning backwards when it's going really fast. So if you want to see the moon retrograde, you have to look at it the way that I look at it, which I don't think is going to make sense to anybody, because I don't think anybody has figured that out yet. And the only reason I say that is because I figured it out on my own. Because I was looking at I was like examining. I've been doing this for years. So eventually, once I built myself out to be able to see the bigger picture of it, and I was able to make that connection, it was just like, okay, all right, I think we're cooking with fire now. I don't know, I'm tired. Been up since 7 o'clock doing this. And I can't wait to wake up tomorrow so I can do it again. I've been waiting for tomorrow for like a month. I'm so excited for my friend. Then there's the new moon on Friday, which I can't wait for because I really want to give a proper review. And I want to see what happens with my leg. I can't wait because we're finishing up that Muddy Abundance ritual. There's like so much to do. Like there's so much to look forward to. Which I think is like something that's lost today. It's like people don't have anything to look forward to. And I'm just I guess I'm at a point where it's like I'm not going to let other people shit in my hat. I already shit my hat for you, so don't even worry about it. The job's done. Go take a shit in someone else's hat. You know? Or how about this? How about instead of taking a shit in my hat, take a shit in your own hat too. I'll let you shit in my hat if you shit in yours first. Then you can shit in mine. It's like so human. Oh my God, I gotta lie down. I feel like... Oh, fuck, I forgot my water. Darn it. Ecosystem. Yeah, look around. Look around. That's my brother. That's my little brother. That's so creepy. He had no idea that I'm watching him right now. He's just driving along. Never gonna be aware that I'm watching. Watching him turn. Well, I feel better. I feel very like, I feel really drained. I feel like, I can't help but feel like tomorrow's gonna be like a bed day. Just a snuggly day. But we'll see. I mean, my morning ritual is 2 black coffees and a cigarette. Catfight coffee. Double toffee feature. It's really good. Oh man, it's like if there was a time for anyone to come and like take me down, it would be right this second. Like my defenses are like completely. Oh, that reminds me, I got that book I'm listening to. Return to the Dark Goddess. It's all about the moon cycles, which gave me some ideas that are now coming back to my mind. Well, there's one phase to the lunar cycle that's like the hardest. And it just happens to be the one that's right now. It's the phase between, it's the waning crescent phase. From the third quarter moon to the new moon. This is the hardest one. But this is the one where, and again, like it makes sense why things have played out this past week the way that they have, is because of the fact that this is like the purging aspect. And you gotta purge out the old energy so that you can make room for the new energy to come in. These are principles of the law of attraction and magic, really. Magic itself is the law of attraction on steroids. But you have to let go of what you're holding on to so that what's coming into you can more easily fit in your hands. Can't catch a coconut if you're holding a watermelon. But realistically, like, the idea is to set the intention. Set it and forget it. Set it and detach from the outcome. Which is funny because that was one of the principles that was being presented in The Secrets of Shambhala. I got a feeling Shambhala's all fucked up now. This world's really dirty. Grimy. It's sad. Oh, tired. So tired. But I feel like we did really good today. We did a fucking amazing job. Like, it's getting so much stuff out. Proud. I pushed it really hard too. I pushed it a lot harder than I normally go. Like that whole laughing bout earlier, like that was intense. Not to mention, I mean, the things you see, I mean, you're only seeing like this much of like that much. So, of course, there's a lot of stuff that you're missing. I don't know, we could argue, like, there's this thing going on in my head right now. It's like, yeah, well, you're missing out on life. Am I? I don't think so. Because the girl I think I'm in love with, she doesn't, like, really go out of her way to spend time with me. So, I don't really like people. So, I just spend most of my time by myself. which gives me the opportunity to do all the work that I need to do, not just internally, but externally as well, because the external work is what helps the internal work, and the internal work helps the external work. It's like a symbiotic relationship. It's just a lot. Because I don't waste my time. I couldn't even tell you the last time I wasted time. Because even if something feels like a waste of time, I know it's not. There's a lesson to be learned. There's some kind of value to be extracted from it that would be unattainable without actually going through the experience itself. Like probably the least wastes of time are the things that seem like the biggest waste of time. Deep thoughts, I know. Oh, fuck me. Drugs? No, I just, I take 2 10 milligram edibles every day. One around 1:30ish, and then another one around like 7 or 8. So, I don't know what time it is. 11 o'clock, so we're only about halfway through. But no, this is like every day. I've been doing this every day for the past couple months. I mean, there's a 2-week break I took, but even that was because I was doing other things. I didn't have time. I was still working with Uncle Hugo, that's why. Wow, this guy looks like he's about to fucking fall over. I know, I feel like it. It's like, yeah. This weekend's gonna be cool. God damn it. Alright, I gotta set this off because I gotta get the key out of my pocket. Bye bye. Night night.